The #1 success secret that nobody shares. Are you ready to be successful, but you feel like you don't know what to do, and the people that are successful really just are not telling you? Yeah, I used to feel the exact same way. So Noelle is here to share with you exactly what to do to get the house that you want, the car that you want, the money that you want, and start living the life of your dreams. Because I struggled and now I know the answer, so I'm gonna share it with you. Let's go.
Noelle. Yeah, she can fix that. If you gotta get it done, no, you need to do it better. Well, she can fix that. Yeah, she can fix that. Investment to get back, trying to get a big stack. She can fix that. Let's fix that.
In this video, I'm gonna share with you the #1 success secret that my $1 million mentor taught me when I was broke and in my parents' basement. I'm gonna share with you the best way to change your behavior so that you can be successful. And last but not least, I'm gonna share with you the biggest trap to getting successful that is holding you back. So before we talk about the #1 secret to success, we have to define what is success. We all know that success means different things for different people. Success does not mean that you are rich. It does not mean that you are famous. Some people have no interest in being famous. Some people are very famous and not very rich. Some people are rich and not very famous. It does not necessarily mean rich and famous to be successful. Everyone has their own definition. But for the purpose of this video and for our conversation, let's define success as being able to acquire the things that you want in your life, whatever that means. Again, we live in an abundant universe and we all want different things. We don't all want the same thing, but the great thing is we can all have what it is that we want. That's the big secret that I don't think that most people know. So let's talk about how you actually get it. So let's talk about success. As many of you know, I'm Noelle Randall, real estate millionaire, mentor, speaker, author, mom of 5, and I have numerous properties all over the United States. I am what people would call successful, but this is not where I started. I literally started from my parents' basement. As I've shared with you, I started investing in real estate in 2001, 2002 when I had a full-time job and I was in my early 20s. I lived in Atlanta and I had no idea what I was doing. So when the market crashed in 2008 and 2009, I ended up losing everything. I ended up having to file bankruptcy, had multiple foreclosures, got foreclosed on the house that I lived in, and had to move back to the house that I grew up in Connecticut to live with my parents. I had 2 kids and I was pregnant with my 3rd kid. I was a complete disaster. I was what nobody would call successful. I literally was embarrassed when I lived in my parents' basement. I thought I was a failure. I had no college degree. Nothing was working out for me and I really needed to turn things around. So let me tell you the secret to how I changed my life. In order to change your life, you have to change your life. I know, sounds crazy, right? A mentor taught me, my first mentor, when I was in my parents' basement. I literally started going to free events about real estate. I wanted to learn. I felt like, okay, everyone didn't get foreclosed on. Everyone didn't have this issue. What happened to me? How could I find out what happened? And how could I do real estate better? So I took a chance. I had to be different. I was scared. I look how I look, my gender, my race. Most of the people in the room did not look like me, and some of them were not very friendly to me. But that does not matter. If you want to be successful, you have to know. To change your life, you have to change your life. You have to start being different. So while I was bankrupt, foreclosures, bad credit, no money, I am going to real estate investor meetings and acting as if I'm a real estate investor. I started to go and behave and learn. Before, when I was investing in Atlanta, guess what? I never learned. I never went to events. I always thought I knew everything. I used to watch TV shows about flipping houses, so of course, I knew how to flip houses. No. But when I became successful, I had to become different. I had to go be stupid. I had to go learn. I had to go and learn. You know, I was stupid. I had to admit I was stupid so that I could get smart. That's the first step. You have to change your life. You have to be different. If you continue behaving and acting the same way that you do, you will get the same results. If you want to become a multimillionaire and you are in your parents' basement, you are going to have to change your life. All right, let me get to the next thing because this is so important and this is a big secret that's gonna cut me a little deep sharing it with you. Whoa, did you catch that thing that I just said? I want you to comment below and tell me what are some of your dreams. What is it that you want to do? I go through and read all of the comments, and I love seeing what you are doing in your life and what you are trying to be successful in, because I know it will happen. Like I said, this is Law of Attraction. You're watching this for a reason, so comment below and let me know what you're working on so I can send some good vibes your way, all right? So let's talk about what changing your life really means. This is a deep one. Like I said, you are going to have to change everything about you. If you are someone that works a job, for example, or you're a stay-at-home mom, or you're doing this thing, and you're saying to yourself, I want to be completely different. I want to travel around. I want to have all the money in my bank account. I have millions of dollars and different friends. Guess what? You are going to have to change. You may have to change locations. You may have to change who your friends are. You may have to change your career. You may have to even change your name. You may have to change a lot of things about you. In fact, let me tell you a big secret that cuts me a little deep. I had to change my name. Yeah, so most of you call me Noelle, and that is one of the things that I make sure to be called by now. But when I was a child growing up, people would call me by my middle name, my nickname, and that was who I was. It was Shauna, Shauna this, Shauna that. But when I decided that I was going to become different and I was going to start carrying myself different, I changed my name. You have to call me Noelle. That is my legal first name. That is what you are going to call me. Don't call me Peanut, don't call me Skeeter, don't call me anything except Noelle. I was changing who I was. I had to move away from Connecticut. I had to stop talking to my parents. I had to stop talking to friends. I had to change my phone number. So many changes in order to change into the person that you see today. I hope you're getting this. Let me give you some more secrets because this is good. So let's talk about reprogramming yourself. You will need to reprogram yourself. Here we go. So as we were children, we were all little babies. Noelle used to be crawling around and walking around like a little baby. I think I was kind of cute. I seen some pictures. Well, unfortunately, my parents were talking, my aunties, different things on TV. I was being programmed into how I should be in the world. That's how it works. Our parents tell us who we are. You're fat, you're lazy, you're short, you're tall, you're smart, you're this, you're that. And all of those things get inside of us and programs us in a certain way. Well, if you're saying to yourself you want to be successful and you want to be a millionaire, guess what? You are going to have to reprogram yourself. You are going to have to start speaking differently. You are going to have to write things differently. You have to read different things, watch different things, or watch nothing at all. For a whole year, I did not watch television. Not one piece of television. I used to love this show called The Simpsons. I'm sure you guys have heard of it. I think it's hilarious. Ha ha ha. Well, guess what? No Homer and Bart for me for one whole year. And now guess what? I don't even really like that show as much anymore because I stopped watching it and I realized none of my friends, none of my millionaire and billionaire friends have anything to talk to me about when it comes to The Simpsons. That is not what they're discussing. That's not what they're talking about. They did not watch that show. So guess what? You start to change. You have to reprogram yourself. So change what you're watching. Change what you're listening to. Change what you're speaking. This is really important. What you speak becomes what you see, okay? Thoughts become things. So if you're speaking about negative, you're speaking about sickness, cancer, what's going on in the news, those are the things that are going to manifest in your life. Even if it's your mother or your father that's talking to you about those things. Unfortunately, for about a year, I had to kind of stop talking to one of my favorite people in the world. My mom. My mom is an awesome person, but she worked a job, she worked in the government, and she had a lot of ideas about what I should be doing with myself and how to make money, and they were not correct. Just being honest with you, they were not. So I had to reprogram myself and start listening to different people that were not in my family. I had to listen to motivational tapes. I had to go to events. I had to listen to different things when I first woke up in the morning and different things when I went to bed at night. And I'm going to share with you a big secret of what I listened to while I was sleeping. So last but not least, the major thing, and this is the biggest secret to how I feel like I changed my life and became successful, and this is the secret that nobody shared with me for a very, very long time. In order to reprogram yourself, a very easy way to do that is while you are sleeping to listen to subliminal messages. Now this is going to be a little bit controversial. I don't care. I'm telling you the truth. This is what I did. Each night when I go to sleep, I listen to rain subliminals. So there are messages that are playing while I'm sleeping, but all I hear is rain or white noise sounds. Again, you can Google and find these for 8 hours, 10 hours on YouTube and listen to them while you sleep. I have YouTube Premium, so I don't pay for any ads, so no ads are playing while I'm sleeping. I'm sorry if that's not the case for you. You may have to upgrade so that you're not getting ads while you're sleeping, because you don't want that, because this is programming your mind. And usually I would wake up and I would feel different. Now, of course, it did not happen overnight. You don't just go to sleep one night, listen to subliminals, and the next day you're a millionaire. No, it does not work like that. However, after about 2 or 3 months, I could really see the difference. I was able to recite things that I hadn't really listened to because I was hearing those messages all night. And then when I woke up, I had a different attitude. I had a different outlook on what was going on in the world, and I could be more positive and speak differently. Additionally, my morning routine really changed my life, but the big secret that I learned from another multimillionaire was about the subliminals. I know it's controversial. I know that some people will say that it doesn't work, but I am here to tell you it doesn't cost you a thing to try. It's absolutely free. It doesn't cost you a thing, and I promise you, they're not really going to brainwash you. They're only going to brainwash you if you want your brain washed, and I did. So there you have it. I have given you the full story on what to do, and I have a complete training just for you. Go to noellsfreetraining.com. That's Noelle, Noelle with an S, noellsfreetraining.com. I have created a full, complete course where I'm teaching you my formula to investing in real estate with no money, bad credit, the same way that I did. And again, I have students doing it faster than I did, and you can learn this absolutely free. I want to make sure that you have everything that you need to learn. This training is absolutely amazing and teaches you from beginning to end. It was just a little bit too long to put here on a podcast or YouTube, but it's absolutely free to you for you to access whenever you want. Go check it out right now. noellsfreetraining.com. I just want to make sure you have all of the resources, all of the tools, and all of the knowledge that you need to be successful. This is Noelle, to your success.